Well, of all the Raws that WWE has put on, this was certainly one of them. I'm John Ritlin with the Go Home Raw for Money in the Bank, and it wasn't very good. Not going to mix words. This is going to be a pretty short review. Look, I'm not even going to do Money in the Bank predictions. That's how little I care. I'm not saying I won't watch it, because I will. I watch so you guys don't have to, but holy fuck, I really was bored by this one. So we have Phillips, Byron, and we have Joe on commentary. Good, no Lawler. Fantastic. VIP Lounge with Asuka, Nia, and Shayna. This went better than last week's because Nia got humiliated because she just sat there, and then Shayna and Asuka, after Asuka shouted in Japanese and Shayna said some words, they kicked Nia and she broke a chair and knocked her out of the ring. Cool, okay, whatever. That's about what this was. We didn't even get a match between these three, which is probably just as well because Nia pretty much, almost shattered Asuka's skull last week. So, we get a ad for next week's Raw. It says Becky Lynch will confront the Money in the Bank winner next week. Spoiler much? Asuka or Shayna, please, because we don't need Nia winning it. We don't need Nia near any goddamn championship again. Nia does not deserve that. She's only here because she is, related to Dwayne. Let's be honest, she ain't talented enough to even warrant a second chance. Gauntlet match for Apollo's Money in the Bank spot. I'm going to make this quick. Lashley leaves Lana in the back. Good. Best use for Lana because she's fucking useless. She's Sable 2.0. He beats Titus. Yes, Titus was put in this match. Then he beats Tozawa. Then he beats Shelton. Shelton gets in a few moves but loses. And then we get Humberto Carrillo. We smash cut to an ad. And then we get Cole versus Dream, a plug for that. And then we get Io versus Charlotte, a plug for that, for NXT. If Io doesn't win, I'm not sure what else they're going to be able to do with Io because there isn't really an out they can do. Unless they have Candice interfere, great, just what we need. Johnny Gargano's heel wife interfering and mucking up the title picture. So please have Io win. I don't care what happens with Cole and Dream. Lashley shoves the ref after beating down Humberto because he's upset not being able to beat him, and he gets DQ'd. Well, that's how you get Lashley out of there. Not that there's any repairing this guy, but it is what it is. It's just... This Gauntlet match could have been good, and it just drug on forever and was badly paced. And that's sad because there was some talent in there, especially once they got Lashley out there, who is talented but hasn't meant anything since he really came back. Lashley's sisters, oh dear. So, he then lays out Humberto Carrillo. Here's Angel Garza with Zelina Vega, and after a nice back and forth and everything, there go the pants. Garza gets pinned after a sunset flip, so holy crap, Humberto manages to beat his cousin. They're cousins, in case you didn't know that. Commentary only mentioned that about 50 million times. So, here's Austin Theory. All day Austin Theory. Well, after beating down Humberto somewhat, Humberto managed to get an inside cradle out of a superplex. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Does it seem like I'm skipping through quite a bit of this? You know why? Because this Gauntlet match wasn't really all that good. Not knocking the efforts, I just wasn't impressed. Then we get AJ Styles back. He's no longer buried in the boneyard. The Undertaker did not bury his bone right in AJ. Have fun unseeing that. AJ beats down on Styles. AJ beats down on Styles. That would be an interesting thing. Beats down on Humberto. Beats his ribs. Beats his ankle, locks on the calf crusher. There we go. Okay, good stuff. And then Styles says, I'm not buried. So what if I was? Wouldn't matter because it's not over. I'm gonna be Mr. Money in the Bank. Cool. Okay. He got buried, he didn't get buried. He doesn't matter. He survived Claire Lynch, for God's sakes, guys. He's gonna be fine. Then he says he's going to either toss Ray or Alistair off the roof of Titan Towers. AJ, that's murder. That's murder. You don't confess to wanting to murder somebody, especially on live TV. What the fuck is wrong with you, AJ? You're a Georgia boy, but you seem like you should be more educated than that. You don't confess to crimes, A, you haven't committed, or that you want to commit. Fucking hell. So, no gender in this. Hooray! No gender plugging up the title picture. We don't need that. We get top 10 Money in the Bank moments. Styles tossing Owens onto a ladder in 2017. Number 9, Ember splashing Sasha. Number 8, Bryan being cashed in on by Orton, and they totally wanted Daniel Bryan to be in the main event of Mania 30. That's why they did this and did everything they could to not make it happen because they didn't want that. I'm not going to allow their revisionist history to make us forget that. So anyway, Rollins interview. He talks about being the Monday Night Bat-Sire. Wait, that is Whitney Houston, but I digress. He then says he's going to unburden Drew. It's bigger than Drew. It's bigger than him. It's bigger than all of us. He is going to sink his teeth into this role, and he is bound and determined to get this over, and he's going to take the WWE Championship to take Raw and WWE into the future. Whatever. MVP with Shane Thorne and Brendan Vink. It was awkward. then we get Edge and Orton next week. Why? It was supposed to be the final clash at Mania 35. Why? What are they going to do next? Fight for 90 minutes and fight up on the goddamn roof? Is one of them going to swing one of the production trailers at them? What the fuck is going... Why? Why would you do this? There's no reason. Anyway, so let's get on with this. Buddy promo. He says, maybe Edge and Orton will be good, but I just don't know why you suddenly just throw it out there out of nowhere. Buddy promo, Charlie asking, why have you, decided to align with Seth Rollins? Why are you so loyal to him? Well, he needed me, I needed him, I'm getting better, and, I can be as good as him, or maybe one day I can even be better than him. Ooh, a little tease. Well, but it'll come probably at SummerSlam, maybe. We get Brendan Vink and Shane Thorne versus Ricochet and Cedric Alexander. This match happened again. I think it's the third time since Mania, or at least second time. I'm all for featuring people that have only been featured a little bit on NXT, but Brendan Vink, hey, he's tall. He's impressive as far as his, tallness and stuff like that, his stature, but that's really about it. I don't have anything for this. Ricochet got pinned from a big boot, which Brendan did throw pretty goddamn well. He vinked him. He vinked and he missed it. So, anyway, Ricochet got pinned. Ricochet ain't buried, but Ricochet ain't exactly going to be featured all that well, except in a tag team with Cedric. That's it. That's his ceiling. He ain't gonna ever be in anything except this. They gave up on him. Number 7, Brock winning Money in the Bank. Remember that? Remember that bullshit? Remember the worst thing of 2019 in WWE? Remember that? And I'm including Baron Corbin, plaguing Raw TV as well. Brock as Money in the Bank winner was bad. Check out my Money in the Bank 2019 review if you really want to see that. We get number 6, Shelton with his impressive leaping ability and the 2006 Money in the Bank ladder match. And then we get number 5, Bayley cashing in. Cool, okay. We then get Viking Raiders versus the Street Profits. So we get the Street Profits, who I've completely given up on because their comedy and their commentary, in particular 2 weeks ago, made me just completely give up on them. Even though Montez Ford is impressive and his leaping ability is great, and Angelo is also there. Hanson and Rowe, not Eric and Ivar, Hanson and Rowe are pretty damn good, but you know what? That car karaoke thing and the fact that they're Viking cosplayers, or they might as well be in the new generation era, it's not any good. I don't care. They're good athletes. I didn't care about this match. It's non-title. The Viking Raiders eventually win. And Montez does hit an impressive frog splash at one point. Good. That was impressive. These teams work well together. I just don't care about the feud. And the Street Profits have annoyed me to no end. So anyway, here we go. Drew talks about, Seth and Murphy and how he'll take them both down. And he'll take Murphy down tonight, and he'll take Seth down this Sunday. Number 4, Money in the Bank moment. We get Andrade and Balor with the Sunset Flip Bomb, and ouch, that looked painful. Number 3, Edge cashing in on John Cena after New Year's Revolution 2006. Number 2, Jeff getting high in 2007 and 8 and 9. I'm kidding. All the best to Jeff if he does get clean, but you know what? WWE is giving him chance after chance after chance after chance, so he better make the most of this last one. The Viking Raiders say some stuff, and apparently Hanson decided to channel Eli Drake and just say, yeah, a lot. Yeah. So, Alistair is either in Silent Hill or an N64 game because he had a lot of fog and a lot of really dumb, ominous music and said, AJ Styles, if you throw me off of that roof, you better hope I don't get back up. Ask the Big Show for help. Maybe you can get help from the Yeti. Remember that? If they bring the Yeti back, you know what? I might call that the greatest match ever. If you haven't seen Halloween Havoc 1995 from WCW, that's probably good because it was really shit. Okay. Alistair also isn't the best of promos, and adding this ominous music didn't help. I credit them for trying some things, but this Raw felt very disjointed. Ray then talks about this being the most unique Money in the Bank match ever, and how he doesn't have a lot of chances left. Well, no, Ray, and I mean, please don't bring Dominic back. You'll have more chances if you don't have to carry Dominic and blow your knee out carrying your son who can't do anything. What did Dominic do to me? He didn't do anything. Charlotte comes out and says, I'm the hardest working woman in any industry. Charlotte, those words are as fake as your goddamn tits. Seriously, the golden shovel twat annoys me so goddamn much. And I know she's going out there to say this shit, but you know what? It's not very convincing. She's a Ric Flair real doll, a botched Ric Flair real doll at that, and can't do anything convincing. Liv comes out and says, we weren't all born with a silver spoon shoved up our ass. I mean, shoved in our mouth. Good job, Liv. Unfortunately, that was about the highlight here, because Liv... Before I get to that, they said they talked about gender package, and they said gender is the future of WWE. Shut the company down if he's ever made WWE champion again. It nearly killed SmackDown for me. I nearly gave up watching and reviewing SmackDown and the pay-per-views because of that. I'm not saying the guy doesn't have a place and doesn't deserve a job. He just was a lousy champion. Liv versus Charlotte. Okay. 1. Liv made herself a star here. Charlotte moves so awkwardly in the goddamn ring. Maybe if she took those fucking implants out, she could move more naturally. Because seriously, they can't be easy for her to move around in. It was fucking ridiculous. It's just she was barely selling anything that Liv did. And even when she sold stuff that Liv did, guess what? Liv wasn't made to look like much of a star, except when Liv said, no, fuck it, I'm going to do some shit, and I'm going to show what I can do, and I'm going to show how much I improve. So credit to Liv for that. All the disrespect to Charlotte in the goddamn world. Can't wait till she loses the NXT Women's Championship, which is going to be a while, unfortunately, so you're going to hear a lot of these rants. And look, if you're a fan of Charlotte, great. Be a fan of Charlotte. That's cool. That's fine. I'm not saying you guys can't be. I just don't want to see Charlotte as champion anymore. I don't even want to see Charlotte in WWE anymore. I don't want anything bad to happen to her, or her to get hurt, or any of that. I just want her off TV, go make some more low flares with Andrade, and go do something useful, like not be in the ring burying a lot of women, or at least maybe not burying's the wrong word, but just totally cutting the legs out from so many women that are so much more talented than Charlotte could ever hope to be. Has Charlotte made anybody in a match? No. Liv made herself. Charlotte did not help. So, number 1, Money in the Bank moment. Seth cashing in. They omitted Roman from the footage, either to get the fans talking because Roman isn't supposed to be talked about, or they really are upset at Roman. Who the fuck knows? Answers on a postcard or in the comments, please. So, we get Drew versus Murphy. Rollins on the ramp, and Murphy gets in some shots, but Drew dominates him, hits the Claymore, 1, 2, 3, begs Rollins while on his knees to come and fight him. He doesn't. He turns his back. Rollins kicks him, and then goes for the stomp, and then gets the Glasgow kiss. Also, one thing, Drew's chops have to fucking hurt like hell. So yeah, I blitzed through this Raw. You know why? These empty arena shows are hit and miss to me. It wasn't bad, but I really don't have anything else to say about this. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritland. I'll see you soon.